Good evening, Rockets fans. Today we're going to be talking about last night's game, Rockets versus the Raptors. We had a good win, very good win. The only thing is that we had a horrible start to the game, very horrible start to the game. It seemed that we forgot our fundamentals, forgot how to play basketball. Ultimately, they took a page out of the Thunder's book. And I would definitely advise the coaching staff that we have to put in some overtime when it comes to playing in traffic, playing in crowds, and passing out of double teams, man, because the more that we seem that we're going to struggle with passing out of double teams, the more that we seem that we struggle playing in crowds. I reference when Şengün was out last year, at the end of last year, and Jalen Green was having his run, leading our team in a spectacular way. He started doubling, and then he started struggling with it, and then we started doing a pick and roll with the shooter, i.e. Fred VanVleet, somebody that could pass, play make, and shoot off of the double team, or they were double teaming off of that pick. They're doing it differently with Şengün, but what we should be able to grow from is, now that you've gotten that experience, how am I gonna beat it? So let's get right into it, y'all. In this play here, Şengün was struggling again, playing in crowds, passing out of double teams. He got the ball down low here, and very willy-nilly with the ball. Ended up turning the ball over, trying to pass it to the open man and Jabari Smith Jr. What I personally think is, I think that we have to make that first pass out of the double team, we have to make that a shorter pass. I think that's the solution for that. Because him having a pass across the court, across the body, across the court, so to speak, when he's having to make those passes across the court, it's easily picked off. He's already making that pass in traffic. I know he's a good passer, but I would want us to make that pass easier. The first pass out of the double team easier. So I know y'all want to have Şengün play by himself and be isolated. He's the number one option on the team, and he's the top of the scouting report whenever any team decides to play whenever any team is going to play the Rockets, the first person that they're scouting against is Şengün. So you're going to see more of those double teams, man. So in order to beat it, my suggestion, make that first pass out of the double team, make that shorter. Take the across the court pass out. Make that a pass to the wing, a pass to the elbow, something like that. Somebody cutting along the baseline and making that pass a lot shorter. Let's see how it works. But we had 9 turnovers in the first half. It's unacceptable. Again, everybody's taking pages out of the Oklahoma City Thunder. They saw that the Oklahoma City Thunder was able to do it. Why can't we? And then we got a team that's not up to speed with us playing with us. And, it was a great thing that we were able to come back and win that game. And it shows a lot of improvement from the previous seasons. Shows that we have good coaching. Shows that we have the right players on our team. But we got to do better, man. We got to do better. We got to be able to adjust a lot quicker. Yeah, speaking of, the first half was just really horrible, man. I mean, it just had me thinking that y'all's mind was on the holiday break. They were smoking us at every facet of the game. Just really horrible. But we finally got back into the game around the 8-minute mark of the first half. Shout out to Jayshawn Tate mucking the game up. This is what you bring to the table, man. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. Jayshawn Tate mucking the game up. Amen Thompson doing his thing when Tari Eason's out. We still got one of the Terra twins to play. So shout out to Jayshawn Tate. Shout out to Amen Thompson, man. You understood the assignment and you brought that fire back to our team. I almost thought that Dylan Brooks would have to start a fight, but he was doing his thing. So we'll get into that a little later, but those two guys, man, they brought us back into the game. Speaking of Dylan Brooks, player of the game is Dylan Brooks. He went home from Canada and decided to make a statement, man. You must have had somebody special in the crowd watching, man. Really proud of you, man. 27 points. Just a spectacular game, and you almost single-handedly brought us back into the game. So shout out to Dylan Brooks. In the fourth quarter, we finally started to settle down, started to look like the Rockets, finally made our way back into the game. And Sengun, I was harsh on you earlier because you have seen that type of defense now twice. And you have to, like I said, you got to be able to make adjustments faster. But, I mean, I challenge you, man, whenever you face these kind of struggles. Jalen Green, the same thing, man. When you face those struggles like you did last year, go to the coaching staff, man, and talk to them. How would you beat that? What do you see that I'm not seeing, right? It shouldn't be somebody that has no connection to the team. I mean, look, I give another set of eyes on it, but it should be somebody that has no connection to the team telling y'all, hey, man, try this, try that. Y'all are talented basketball players, man. Y'all trying to make it to the All-Star game. Y'all trying to make it to the All-NBA status, man. Y'all shouldn't have to wait. But while you are making those adjustments, if you're struggling on offense, you can always rely on the defense, man. And this play right here definitely emphasized that, man. Two-hand block right on the glass. Started the fast break, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. Defense leading the offense. Get right to it, Sengun, man. Sengun for the All-Star team. Yeah, man. If it's not now, it could be later, but this dude Wembanyama is coming, man. And honestly, Sengun, I need another big game against Wembanyama, man, just to set the tone. Welcome back, Cam Whitmore. Hey, man, you were scaring me for a little bit, man. You went down to the G League. I saw you again less and less minutes. I know this is your first game back. They were saying that you were struggling from the three-point line. I saw you miss one. Kind of hold your head down, but there's other ways that you can impact the game, man. You could always run the floor. You could always play defense. You can always make the right pass and make the right assist. So this is just one of those plays, man, where Sengun got to show off his passing ability. It's a big man running the fast break. Ends up throwing the alley to Cam, and Cam puts the exclamation mark on the dunk, on him coming back. And Cam is one of my favorite players on the team, man. He's one of my favorite players on the team. But my piece of advice to you, Cam, you have to build off of foundational blocks, right? Keep all the things that made you great last year. Keep all of those things and then be a playmaker on top of that. Then be defense. You can't focus on being a playmaker or being a defensive person or crashing the glass, and then you're not who you originally are that we all fell in love with. So, food for thought. Hopefully you take my advice, man. Peace, y'all. Oh, finally, next game we play against the Hornets. This is yet another time, Sengun. You know the double team is coming. Let's see how you adjust. Let's see if we can get some revenge for the first game of the season when they beat us, when you know they wasn't in the same league as us, man. They got 7 wins, y'all. Peace. I'm famous. Ooh, I'm famous.